If you're an online fitness coach, you feel like you're bouncing from task to task, very overwhelmed, you're not quite sure you need to put your focus every single week, then we're about to go through that now. I'm going to reverse engineer what it means for you to get clients so you know where the biggest gap is in your business so you can fix it and then start getting clients and stop having to wonder what the hell you need to do. If we're going to work our way backwards, right, you're looking for a client. This is based upon, of course, the delivery of your business. This needs to be, use my stars, a 5-star experience for your clients. So this not in place, every single client you gain, you're going to lose them as fast as possible. So first protocol, make sure your program is top notch, literally top notch, because this is going to be the thing that's going to help you promote your business later on. The better your results you get with this person, the easier your marketing, the easier your lead generation, the easier to make sales, easier for you to make money and have impact on people. So this is the most important part of this entire jigsaw. But now we need to ask the question of how do we get clients? Again, if we work our way backward, it'll be from a, wow, look at that there. Wow, look at that there. That's supposed to be a phone, not a kidney bean. Essentially, what you need is a phone call with these people, okay? If you cannot sell people on a phone call, this is going to be the main problem. The biggest problem most coaches face when they can't close sales calls is one, sales ability, of course, maybe the pricing is too high, but generally speaking, it's because the offer isn't very clear and or compelling. And what I mean by that is, we have to understand what money's for. Money is for an exchange of value. You're on a sales call with someone, you're asking them for their money. And where most coaches go wrong is they'll jump in a sales call and be like, it's £200 a month and we're just gonna get you to a certain body weight. It's like, that's not very compelling, right? Like, it's not compelling at all. What are they actually getting from you? This is what an offer is. And the more well-crafted, the more benefits are on there, the more compelling it becomes and the higher chance of that sale actually going through for you. Again, sales calls is based on the skills, it's based on the pricing to some extent, but that doesn't really matter if your offer is in place. But overall, it is based on the actual offer here, because what you want to be doing on a sales call is telling people about the specific well-crafted offer you have, and they go, I'm 100% in. Like, I'm literally 100% in. I'd be crazy not to do this. And the value that you're giving them far exceeds the money that they're exchanging for it. This is what you want your offer to do. As well, we've got to remember that the people that you're going to be jumping on a phone call with, they may have never had a coach before. They may have never even jumped on Zoom before, let alone wanting to exchange money on that phone call. For us, for you and me, we're business owners, right? We're coaches. We've done this a million times around. So it's second nature to us. But your target market probably never have done this before, so it's all brand new to them. The ability to reassure them on a phone call, to turn up as a human being, not to do hard sales, in my opinion, and have a well-crafted offer are the keys to getting sales on a sales call. Okay, once you've figured this out, what you then need to do is actually get some hands in the air, aka some leads, okay? This is gonna be chats or lead magnets. Essentially, if you want to get sales calls, you need hot leads from your audience so you know who you can actually follow up with and get them onto a sales call. When it comes to leads, we need to make sure that you are putting out frequent lead magnets, frequent opportunities for people to put their hands in the air and say, hey, I'm interested in you, what you're doing, and I potentially want to work with you. The second thing as well is chats. I know. But the thing is, if you are working with people, the chances of them reaching out to you are so slim, and a lot of coaches try and rely on that alone. And it's probably this many people in your audience, right? It's probably like 3% of people. So the 97% of people left in your audience, our job is to be proactive and reach out to them. You also have to consider that if you're working with people that are out of shape, want fat loss, want to build muscle, want to feel better about themselves, and are probably low in confidence, what are the chances of them reaching out to you, right? These low confidence people don't have the confidence to do that. And so you've got everything against you in this. So chats and being proactive with that are super important for this. And by outreach, I don't mean cold outreach. That's like the last resort. Please do not feel like I'm talking about that. But I'm talking about just holding conversations with people that are in your audience that are actually engaging with your content so you can keep the connection there. You keep these people warm so you can build trust with people and actually have them more likely to want to jump on a call with you. So if you're putting lead magnets out, you're getting ghosted in your chats, it's probably because of the step before this. This is actually going to be what we call your message, aka content, aka short form, long form content. Does this speak to your ideal client? Again, following this backwards, we're reverse engineering this whole thing. If you are not getting chats, people that actually want to speak to you, or people reaching out to you to some degree, and or people are not putting their hands for your lead magnets, your story engagement, it's probably because your message isn't strong enough. Okay, they don't believe that you can solve their problems, or you don't stand for something, or what you help them with isn't specific enough. It's not like, you know, you're the like this person will help me out, and it all comes from your messaging, right? Speaking to your audience, letting them know that, hey, I'm the person that can help you with the problems you've got. And what happens is, if the message is too vague and not as sharp as we want it to be, then that's going to fall on deaf ears. Then whenever we put out a DM or whenever we put out a lead magnet, it's kind of like a ghost town. So again, it all starts from the step before. Whichever step on here so far doesn't work for you, you need to look at the step before it to make sure it actually works. And the final piece of this jigsaw here, okay, how do we know what we need to do for our messaging? Well, this comes from terrible drawing. Target market. Who is this for? And what is the problem that they have, which your entire business is made on? This is the foundation of every single coaching business. So every single business on the planet exists to solve a problem. Same applies to your business. The best example of this, toilet roll. What problem does that solve? Having shit on your hand and shit on your ass, okay? And so yours needs to find a problem for a specific person and then we solve that problem with the business. Then the job of the messaging is just talking about how you're doing that. How are you solving problems for these people? How can you relate to them? Then when that is dialed in, when you go to do chats, when you do lead generation, people are more inclined to actually want to talk to you because they know that you can solve their problem. Then from there, when you've got lead magnets, you've got all this engagement, that's when you can then actually offer them a sales call. They'll be far more likely to do that on a sales call. If your messaging is done right, if the lead magnets are working well, that's done 80% in the heavy lifting. So the sales call becomes a lot smoother. From there, they can become a client. So essentially what I want you to do now is look at this entire process and figure out which is the weakest spot for here. If you're not getting sales calls, it's probably because of lead generation. If you're not getting leads, it's probably because you're messaging. If your messaging is terrible, it's probably because you don't know this well enough. So we're finding out here, find the weak spot. Okay, if it's this here, look at this one. If it's this here, look at this one. If it's this here, look at this one. Then essentially what you want to do is fix that problem, move on to the next. Fix that problem, move on to the next. Fix, and so on and so forth. Then by the time you get to the end of the problem, you're probably going to start again to make it a little bit better. If you are an online fitness coach and you want to work with me, I've got the Growth Room, which specifically helps coaches find out who they're working with, build a program around it and market it so you can get clients, earn the money you want and actually feel fulfilled, have the highest impact as well. And we can go from there.